There's only 4 people in the world that I can credit to me actually starting music and pursuing music as a passion. First is my dad, obviously the guy that made me want to do music because he showed me that music was a thing in the world. Second is Elvis, the guy that made me enjoy like listening to music on like obsessive levels. Thirdly is Eddie Van Halen, if you didn't know already. He's the one that got me into like the seriously guitar-focused music, obviously being Van Halen. And he's what started making me actually push myself to wanting to become a really good technical guitarist, something that I'm not yet, but I'm working on it. And Eddie was also the gateway for me into 80s music as a whole. All the hair metal and all that stuff that I listened to, it's because it was like a gateway drug from Van Halen. But fourth, last but not least, is the absolute amazing guy that I want to talk about in this video, Mr. Jason Becker. Truly one of the best guitarists in the world. In fact, contender of God, I'd say. You're watching this video, you've probably heard of him before, but if you haven't, listen to anything. He's so amazing, man. So amazing. This video could be like 5 hours long and I'd happily do that. But don't worry, I'm gonna save your ears. I'm gonna try my best not to fanboy this entire video, but there's no promises. Let's get straight into it. Jason was born in Richmond, California, 1969, July 22nd. Believe it or not, that's exactly a week before my mother, who was the 29th of July. He was raised by his parents, Gary and Patricia, but his uncle and his dad played guitar loads, which, if you've got a musical parent, you know it's kind of hard not to get into music when your family is musical. Again, I wouldn't be doing music if my dad wasn't such a musical obsessed guy too. No, he's not obsessed with musicals. But you get the idea. Because his dad and his uncle both played, he got loads of experience into people like Jimi Hendrix and even Eddie Van Halen, to the point where he was learning all of their solos note for note. He was even learning Yngwie Malmsteen's songs note for note. That's pretty insane. But the thing about Jason is that he was classically trained, like full-on classical music, like that kind of music. And if you listen to his music, you can seriously hear that classical influence. Just like if you listen to Serrano, you can hear the Mozart influence. But in his technical playing, you can also hear Paganini and the counterpoints of Bach. Seriously, classical music is everywhere in his music, and I'd love to just break down every one of his songs. But again, I'll save you guys from that because I'm trying my best not to fanboy right now. It's not going well. But if you want to hear him with his classical guitar, if you haven't already, he's got an entire album from when he was like 15. And it's him playing, and it sounds incredible. Obviously, it's Jason Becker. But trust me, it's a cool listen. But anyways, let's get on to the good stuff. The transition from classical music into electric guitar. Something that I'm so glad he did. Jason, obviously absolute prodigy on guitar. His arpeggios, insane. His scales, insane. His composition as a whole, just absolutely insane. He got picked up by a company called Shrapnel Records, who were like, hey, you're really cool. We've got this other guitarist that we want to put you in a duo. Guess who that other guitarist was? I guarantee that you know his name. Marty Friedman, from like Megadeth, Rust in Peace, all the way up to Risk, album that we don't talk about. But one of the guitar metal gods in the world before he became the guitar metal god that he became. That was a mouthful, Lord. Anyways, so Marty and Jason, they banded together. 2 absolutely virtuosic players put together in an awesome metal band, and they released 2 albums, Speed Metal Symphony and Go Off. Now, if you're going to listen to the albums, I would recommend listening to it with a little pinch of salt, purely because the vocals don't really live up to it. But there's a very good reason for that, because obviously it's Jason Becker and it's Marty Friedman, one of my favourite guitarists from my favourite bands and one of my favourite guitarists of all time. I don't think anyone was going to live up to that. Not even Dave Mustaine. But the music itself, absolutely incredible. If you take Concerto, that instrumental from Speed Metal Symphony even, it was, it's such a yummy song. And images, the sweeps and images, I need to do a video on that because, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm yapping. Oh, come on, get with it, man. Anyways, if you're subscribed, you already know I'm a yapper, so it's your fault that you're here. Anyways, Cacophony, I don't think I actually mentioned it. Cacophony was the name of the duo that they were in. And it did pretty damn well, as you can tell. If you see the live performances of Cacophony, of them just shredding, it's really awesome. Although there's not enough footage of it, which I wish there was more. But anyways, I digress. Soon after Go Off, which has an incredible intro, by the way, go listen to the Go Off intro. Oh, I sound like a weirdo, but you'll understand when you listen to it. But anyways, all good things must come to an end, and so in 1989, they both went their separate ways. But not exactly, because they both recorded solo albums. Solo instrumental albums. And the thing is, they were great friends. Like, Marty always made gay jokes about them. They were that close. I think Marty also got told off for making gay jokes about them. But that's not the point. But Marty came out with Dragon's Kiss, an album that I must admit I've not really listened to, but it is on my listen list. Listen list. Wow. Anyways, tongue twisters over. Jesus Christ. Anyways, Jason Becker, he came out with the album Perpetual Burn. Now, Perpetual Burn, no skip album. Perpetual Burn, one of the greatest ever. Like, if you don't like Perpetual Burn, you're one of two people. Not a guitarist, or I can't say, mentally unstable. That's what I meant. Perpetual Burn, like Altitudes, if you know Jason Becker, you know Altitudes. It's like the most famous sweet passage in the entire world. But not just that, but all of his other musics, like the freaking riff in Temple of the Absurd. What? Just all of the music, it takes you on like a full-on journey. It expresses an entire story without even needing to use words. But Perpetual Burn, seriously, an incredible album. If you've not listened to that, in fact, if you've not even listened to the entire thing, sit down for like an hour and whatever minutes, however long it is, and just listen to it all the way through, because beautiful. Absolutely. Oh my god, it's such a great album. It's such a great album. Oh my god, it's just Jason Becker. Anything that came out of him was just incredible. What can I say? Anyways, still fanboying. Anyways, obviously Marty went off and he joined Megadeth. But Jason Becker did something probably just as cool, which is where it links back to Van Halen, believe it or not, where David Lee Roth said, "Oi, Jason, come join me for my tour." So in 1991, they produced the Little Ain't Enough album. Fun story, my dad went to see the Little Ain't Enough tour, and he was like, "Oh, I get to see Jason Becker." And he didn't, because Jason wasn't there, which is something that we'll get onto. Anyways, the music in Little Ain't Enough, again, I've not listened to the entire album, but it's David Lee Roth from Van Halen. Obviously people don't like him, but I absolutely love him. And it's Jason Becker, like, it's awesome. I promise you, it's not an Eddie and Gary Cherone. It's so much better than that. But this is where things started going wrong. Now, during the actual production of the record, Jason started feeling a little twinge in his left leg. Something that he thought he could just power through because, look, he's like 19 and he's going on this amazing world tour. What more could you want? And so he's like, yeah, I can do this. I'm indestructible. I can power through this. But things got worse and he went to see a doctor where he got diagnosed with ALS, an absolutely awful condition that robbed him of his ability to move and play guitar and walk and do all these amazing stuff, even talk. The same thing that Stephen Hawking had, except Stephen Hawking... I'm not mentioning it. I'm not mentioning it. Jason Becker could still play guitar, but he was slowly losing his ability to move his body. Something that really sucked, because Jason Becker, I've been talking about him for however many minutes now, and he's truly an amazing, amazing guitarist, robbed completely blindly. He did not deserve it. Over time, the disease got worse. He started not being able to play guitar as much, and then he started to not be able to play guitar, not be able to walk, and eventually not being able to move or breathe on his own. Something that really sucks. Not just because he's an incredible guitarist, but just on a human level. It's awful. But the most inspirational thing about this story is that you think anyone in that situation, getting that disease, having this massive struggle in your life, like, that's it. Like, just give up, right? No, the hell not. Jason, he didn't give up. He kept producing, making, composing music. He kept living the dream that he was destined to fulfill, even if his body couldn't actually do it. How insane is that? So he came out with the album Perspective, which is a Blue album. Oh my god, that album is insane. Like, Blue, people obviously know that's on that. That's amazing. Serrana, that trumpet concerto, whatever it is, that was a guitar piece that he used to play live all those sweeps and stuff, that's Jason Becker guitar put into trumpet. That's pretty damn cool. And also another song that I just listen to all the damn time is End of the Beginning. That song is 12 minutes long. 12 minutes. That's like 24 times longer than I Last. But it's I literally when I listen to it, it's one of the only songs that I will listen to it all the way through, rewind it, and then just listen to it again. And then just go about my day. I will actually actively listen to a 12-minute song for 24 minutes just because it literally just follows the same two motifs, as well as the minor one. And oh my god, it's just masterful. Like, how all this came out of him. And if you look at the actual process he used to actually scribe out this music, it's incredible. He would move the cursor with his eyes, and he would click by opening his mouth. At least from what I know, that's how it worked. All that, and he composed an entire album, in fact, multiple albums of this incredible, incredible music that not even like fully able people could do. Truly, listen to Perspectives. Again, listen to all the Jason Becker albums, but listen to Perspectives. Another thing that he did to release music was releasing demos that he had made. These are all the jams, like the raspberry jams, blackberry jams, blueberry jams, the strawberry jams, whatever jams they are, I always forget. But these are just demos of him just kind of messing about and playing cool stuff. All the jams, they're not perfected. They're not like the complete finished result. But it's Jason, and it's showing that he can, it just comes out of him. And he can just make demo after demo and just sound awesome. I'm still fanboying. Ah! Anyways, Jason Becker, I love you. Anyways, let's get on with it. So, Jason Becker, he's struggling to communicate with people, and his dad made this entire system with a communication board, which had like, if he looked in a certain direction, he'd go to like a certain like category of letter. And then within that like category, he'd have like 4 letters to choose from. And so like, say, looking up and to the left, and then looking up was A, and then like looking up and to the left and then to the right was B. Something like that. The communication board, it's awesome. It looks incredibly tedious, but it's brought through like such amazing things. I'm stumbling over my words. He's awesome, okay? He's awesome. Anyways, the story kind of follows normal stuff. Oh, I forgot to mention, Perspectives came about through the intercession of Eddie Van Halen. Eddie did this little video to like, show off how bad ALS was as a disease. And he was with Jason Becker when it happened. They got an entire video about it. And he helped promote a bunch of the albums. There's even more like Van Halen like links to it. It's a godsend. My favorite band and one of my favorite guitarists, again, been smushed together. Like, is it fate? It must be. Not saying that they got together because of me, but like, anyway. In 2018 comes the like, at least for now, the finale of the amazing history of Jason Becker. The album Triumphant Hearts. Now, he's done some pretty amazing things in his career, while he was abled and disabled. But something that's truly just like mind-boggling insane is that a bunch of his like most famous guitar friends helped him write an entire album called Triumphant Hearts. And so it's massively an orchestral album, but a lot of it has so many famous guitarists. Richie Kotzen, frickin' Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, like, I can't even name all of them. There's so many incredible people that played in this album. Like, Valley of Fire, I think it's called. It's like one massive, like, background track thingy, I forgot the name of that. And then they take turns soloing over it. And, oh my god, like, don't get me wrong, I don't know a lot of the guitarists that played on that, like, album. But it's just, it's insane. It's insane. I'm fanboying. Jesus, man. Get it together. Anyways, Triumphant Hearts. I've said this like the entire freaking video. Give it a listen. Trust me, even if you're not like massively like a classical person, it's 100% worth a listen. It's such a yummy album. Like, some of the songs aren't the best, some of the songs like are a bit forgettable, but just listening to it, you get transcended. At least I do, but I'm like autistic probably. And so that's how I feel about it. But Jason Becker, he's kept on going since then. He has famous people around his house all the time. Why can't I have famous people around my house? Think how cool it'd be to have like Paul Gilbert stood next to me right now. How Paul Gilbert? Yeah, let's do a video together. Anyways, anyway, he's on a rock tour currently, so we can't. Jason Becker, truly an incredible guitarist. If you didn't get it from this video, I don't know what else to tell you. Jason Becker is one of the greatest of all time. I genuinely would consider him one of the contenders for God status of guitar. And oh my god, I would love to meet him one day. If like 0.01% chance that Team Becker is here, I would do anything to come meet you guys. Like, although I'll be like this, but times 100, so I'd probably be incredibly nervous. In fact, I'm moving about a lot right now. Anyways, that is enough yapping for me because I've been talking a lot. So, like, subscribe, join the Patreon, and comment down below a guitarist that you love just as much as I love Jason. And let's talk about it. So, enjoy the rest of your day, and bye-bye. Bah! Transition to end.